Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of SVG's At the Rink. We're going to head to Chi-Town with an original six team. I am pleased to be joined by Michael Horn. He's the Senior Manager of Game Presentation for the Chicago Blackhawks. Mike, how you doing, sir? And how's the year? How's the year so far?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I've seen all of my compatriots in the NHL do this, and they've done a tremendous job. And I think I can echo a lot of their sentiments in saying that this has been an incredibly strange year, but
Yep.
there are positives and negatives from it. I think that we're just doing what we can, to try to entertain our fans that are now at home,
Right.
but we're still trying to enhance their viewing experience. So
Awesome.
it's been unique.
Right. Unique's been a word I've heard a lot. Well, thank you for joining, and thank you for watching the other ones. It's been a nice passion project over the last couple of months, speaking to your friends in the industry. So you mentioned it. All the fans are at home right now. No one's unfortunately able to come to the United Center. But for those that are inside the arena, like your staff and the players on the ice, what are you guys playing, whether on the video board or just the in-venue elements that are going on right now?
Well, we've obviously scaled things back. Our sponsorship commitments have moved to other areas, so we don't have anything that we're, required to do in the arena. So we've been a combination of things. We've taken like a three-pronged approach, I guess. We're trying to enhance the broadcast experience. So whether that's keeping lights up, during intermission so that they can get better camera shots for interviews and things like that, or adjusting the synthetic crowd noise to hit their benefit. And we're trying to kind of bring some of that in-arena entertainment out of the building and bring it to viewers at home, whether that's, through our social team, running some of the features that we do in game, or our TV partners have been great about using some of our in-venue elements on the broadcast. And then the third thing that we're trying to do is have fun. And we know that there are people that do have to be there, whether it's, staffers, reporters, the players. We're trying to pump the players up and, still give them the home ice feel, even though there's, not 20,000 plus fans that are cheering them on. So it's been challenging, but we've also had some fun times, and it's definitely brought our group closer together. I think, it's kind of that bunker mentality. We're all in this together and we're all fighting for the same thing. So It's been an experience.
We'll hone in on that, the challenging part. What do you think is the most challenging thing that you had to get over this year? Is it the crowd noise that you're working with for the fabricated sound in United Center? Is it creating content that is mostly being seen by, or only being seen by fans through social or digital? Or is it just embracing you said it, uniqueness, the differences that you've had to kind of work around this year in terms of deadlines either being shifted to accommodate for things, or just not being able to sit in a room with colleagues that you've been in all the time because of social distancing and whatnot? What do you think is the biggest challenge this year?
All of those have been tough, but I think for me,
Yeah.
the biggest challenge has been not having the instant reaction. My background, a long time ago in a previous life, I think, I was a DJ. And so I was used to that. I've always thrived off that automatic response. When you play a song that people like, that you can tell, you get that instant feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't really get that right now. We don't know if some of the things that we're doing are as successful as, when you have that instant feedback in the response. So for me, that's been difficult. You do something and again, we tell the people that we're working with, that are producing things, it's like, you still have to do it, even if it's only being seen by the players that are on the ice, or it's not getting the same exposure that it would. You still have to put the same effort into it, and trust that your work is good when you're not getting the fans standing up and screaming. You still have to know that if they were there, they probably would be. So,
and you're getting the game reps in, because I'm sure you're going it as full speed as you can, like fans were there. So you can't, because it's hard to, once you shift it to a lower gear, it's kind of harder to get back up. So like you mentioned, you're not getting that feedback, but you're trusting in yourself to say, hey, you know what, this is still great. Let's get it out there for, even for the attention of the players when they may have a downtime during a timeout or a commercial break. They look up and they get a chuckle or a quick chuckle out of it. So I'm sure the work isn't going unnoticed. But we spoke to the team with the Chicago Bulls on the NBA side for the On the Hardwood series, and I had the chance to speak with Michelle McComas and what she was doing with the Bulls. My question to you is, Mike, have you conversed with Michelle and her crew and see how they're doing things and get either inspiration or advice from their side and vice versa? Has she reached out to you? How has that relationship been in the United Center?
Oh yeah, we talk with Michelle actually now on a weekly basis, just about things in general, because we co-op a lot of things in the building, whether it's discussions about lighting in the venue, or different ways to utilize the mascots in the building. And they had the head start on us with their season starting earlier. So we definitely spoke to her before we even got in the building and said, what have you found out from doing these games? And one of the things she mentioned was that sometimes it feels like you're not doing as much as you would have in the past, obviously, because we're not filling. She's like, but you have to understand that it's okay at some point to kind of let the game breathe, and you're there to support the game as opposed to, being more of a driving force during the regular season. So, and in the past, I used to be the backup click effects operator for the Bulls. So I'm very familiar with working with Michelle, and we've worked on music projects together back before my time with the Blackhawks for some of the Lovables routines. So we have a great working relationship anyway. So it was nice to have that sounding board before we even got started on things. And now, to collaborate and making sure, okay, well, the mascot stage can stay. These are the Bulls branded items that need to come out, and Blackhawks branded, and vice versa. So we have a really good fluid working relationship where, members from both teams are able to make the conversion process a lot less painless for the others.
And you have that collaboration, while some teams that may just be in one stadium, they don't have that. I guess you can say, I wouldn't say you're kind of throwing ideas off the wall, but you're getting some back because you have someone to speak with. As in, for another team that may have one venue, they don't have someone that can kind of speak through an idea that you may be implementing a game down the road or whatnot. So I think you guys are both working off each other, and it's cool to see what you guys are both doing. But speaking about your crew, Mike, who do you want to give a shout out to? I'm sure everyone deserves a nice round of applause because you guys are doing great work in this really weird season. But there's a couple of names or a couple of people that you want to give some recognition to while you can.
Well, definitely Sergio Lozano, the Hall of Famer, and the UC TV crew, Lena, Susan, all their fantastic designers. They've been great. We still lean on them and say, hey, look, we need these things. Obviously, again, it's not the same audience as it would normally be, but like we did a rebrand of our team from graphics and font perspective. And so we needed all new look in the arena. And it's like, that's a big build for them to do, especially again, when, there are 15 people a night or whatever the number is that actually see it. So they've been awesome. Our broadcast partner, NBC Sports Chicago in particular, the director, Mitch Kersner, he's been great to work with. He's been featuring, we've been working together, if they're doing a package on a player, if it's Dominic Kubalik, we'll make sure to have supporting graphics up in venue for him. And so we've been in good communication with them. They've been awesome. And then, all of the game night people from the Blackhawks that are there, it's not the same on a game night as it has been in the past, obviously, but those that are there are all, we're doing more work with less, I think, sometimes than we've had in the past, people being there and being on site. So being adaptable and, doing things virtually has been great. So like all of the members of our communications team, but especially John Steinmiller and Mike Haran, they've been in the red zone, getting us players, getting us footage, and, taking on new things, having those guys direct video shoots is something that necessarily they would have had to do in the past. So they've done a great job with that. And all the game day crew, we have, new procedures for entering the building, obviously, and where you can and can't go. So we don't have those team meetings that we used to have before games. We do them virtually and on the headsets. And so everyone's done a great job of adapting. And one of our part-time game night employees, Ryan Curtin, he's been the synthetic crowd noise operator, and
Yep.
he's been phenomenal. Like that's a thankless job. You know, that there's always someone that's like, oh, why wasn't there an ooh there, or ooh, that was too loud. But it's a tough job to do. You know, you're basically being a fan, but you're making that sound instead of with your voice with, you know, 20,000 voices in a machine. So he's been phenomenal. And then I could never forget Brian Howe, who's our department head, and it's kind of a new role for him. And he's done a fantastic job of supporting everything that we do and giving us resources. And he's even up there on game nights, you know, pulling stats on a computer, or, you know, getting me the 3 stars. And so they've all been fantastic. And again, anyone that's in the building, they've made it an easier experience than I thought it would be. Coming into the season, I told my wife, like, this is going to be very trying. This is going to, you know, test all of our abilities. And it's been the opposite. It's been great to see everyone pull together and get all in on this cause. So it's been great. Everyone's
wearing different hats, but you guys are making it work. I'm not counting you guys out yet, but the season is almost finished. The regular season is almost done, and you guys are doing great work. So continue it. Finish line's almost there, but I'm looking forward to you guys kind of getting over that. But Michael, for right now, thank you for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy. Stay safe, stay healthy. Best of luck the rest of the year. And hopefully when it's safe enough to do so, I'll hop on a flight and get out to Chicago and say hello.
That would be great. We'd love to have you. Thanks so much for the invite to do this. And it's been a pleasure.